The U.S. has begun testing Stormbreaker, the most dangerous nuclear bomb that is sure to make Russia panic. Raytheon stated in June 2020 that its Stormbreaker smart glide bomb has successfully launched for the first time from an Fa-18EF Super Hornet. When the weapon is fully operational, it will be carried by the Super Hornet and F-15E Eagle, with integration with the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter following soon after. Stay to the end of this video to discover how powerful this bomb is and the threats that it poses. The Stormbreaker is a smart weapon, formerly known as the Small Diameter Bomb 2. It is an air-launched precision-guided glide bomb developed by the United States. It weighs slightly over 200 pounds, 93 kilograms, and up to 28 can fit on fighter jets such as the F-15E Strike Eagle. Their warheads are powerful enough to defeat tanks with shape-charged jets, fragmentation, and blast charge effects, and the option of a delayed smart fuse. An F-15E will be able to carry 28 Stormbreakers, and an F-35 up to 24. Future plans call for it to be deployed on the B-52, B-1B, and B-2 bombers, which carry much larger payloads. The B-1B can carry 96 of the similar-sized SDB-1. The Stormbreaker smart weapon, which is mounted on the F-15E, has a tri-mode seeker that employs imaging infrared and millimeter wave radar to see through fog, smoke, and rain. It can also identify its target using data from a semi-active laser or GPS-based guiding systems. The system flies over a distance of 45 miles, 72 kilometers, to hit both stationary and moving targets on land and at sea. It's been designed to deal with a wide range of dangers in any scenario. Users can choose a semi-autonomous mode, in which the weapon sorts and prioritizes prospective targets before striking them. According to Raytheon, Stormbreaker's networking capabilities allow one platform to launch it while handing off control to another to complete the job. The team employs an integrated flight simulation, or IFS, to assess system performance and runs thousands of iterations in tandem with the Air Force, leveraging data from testing to increase simulation accuracy. The GBU-53B is a ground-based unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV, thanks to a sophisticated millimeter radar wave seeker paired with an infrared sensor. Stormbreaker is significantly more capable than existing smart bombs. It can duplicate current weapons such as the JDAM, which hits pre-programmed GPS locations, which zeroes in on a laser-targeted target. But it's a new mode in which Stormbreaker glides up to 45 miles to the target region, then locates and assaults targets without the need for human intervention. Even in bad weather, smoke, or absolute darkness, it can attack moving vehicles like tanks. The SDB-2, or Smart Diameter Bomb 2, was the previous name for Stormbreaker. The SDB-2 is a game-changer because it not only hits GPS coordinates, but it also finds and engages targets. The name and the idea behind Stormbreaker are reminiscent of DARPA's 1980s Assault Breaker, which intended to obliterate Soviet armor formations with a hail of brilliant anti-tank missiles. They were supposed to be smarter than smart bombs, able to scan the battlefield on their own and locate Russian tanks. Although the technology for Assault Breaker was not yet developed, but 30 years later, a small number of aircraft delivering Stormbreakers could wipe out battalion-sized tank groups from beyond the range of air defenses. The sensor combination and clever algorithms in Stormbreaker can assess and classify a wide range of target vehicles, identifying the highest priority target. The weapon can be retargeted in flight and maintains communication with launch aircraft. During development, the warhead was developed to offer a mix of explosion, fragmentation, and armor-piercing effects, making it lethal to tanks, buildings, and people. It's difficult to hit a large number of targets at once since there's a chance that every Stormbreaker in the area will zero in on the same high-value target, leaving all other targets unscathed. Human operators may be unable to manage multiple guns at the same time because things are moving too quickly and bandwidth is insufficient. The Air Force's Golden Horde program intends to address this by integrating several weapons, such as Stormbreaker, into a single entity of swarm in flight, known as Networked Collaborative Autonomy. This swarm can follow a playbook attack plan and respond to new targets or threats. While Stormbreaker can be deployed against insurgents like any other smart bomb, singly and under direct command, in more extreme scenarios, such as a conflict with peer or near peer, commanders may opt for the automatic mode. According to Mark Gubrud, an adjunct assistant professor at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill and a member of the International Committee for Robot Arms Control, such highly automated weapon systems pose new threats. The U.S. Air Force has begun the process of integrating the Stormbreaker smart weapon on its F-35 Joint Striker aircraft, according to a press statement from the weapons designers Raytheon Missiles and Defense, and the Air Force has just completed a drop test. Adversaries can hide from fighter aircraft weapons by using bad weather, smoke, or dust. As a result, the United States military was looking for a weapon that could operate in inclement weather. According to a press release from the Air Force, on December 13th, 4 F-15E Strike Eagles from the 391st Fighter Squadron, part of the 366th Fighter Wing, targeted and destroyed 4 moving vehicles on the ground with 4 Raytheon Technologies-made Stormbreakers at the Utah Test and Training Range on November 2nd. According to Allison Howlett, Stormbreaker Program Director at Raytheon Missiles and Defense, the testing was vital to allow the weapon to be used in combat. Because the weapon has been tested in a real-world setting, Howlett believes they may be more confident in its capability to hit targets in difficult situations. According to the Air Force, the Stormbreaker has only been approved for integration on the F-15E thus far. The results of this test, according to the statement, will eventually be implemented on the FA-18E-F Super Hornet and 5th-generation aircraft like the F-35. It's a big step forward for a weapon that had been delayed for nearly a year owing to manufacturing concerns. Due to a technical difficulty with a critical component, the weapon's production was halted in July 2019. Raytheon modified the component and retrofitted about 600 weapons that had already been delivered. The weapon was returned into service by the Air Force in September 2020. The 204-pound Stormbreaker is a small weapon that measures 69 inches long and 7 inches broad, and the Strike Eagle can transport up to 28 of them. According to the Air Force, this would be advantageous if an F-15E required to kill many ground targets with pinpoint accuracy. The warhead of the weapon weighs 105 pounds. It can hit stationary targets up to 69 miles away and moving targets up to 45 miles away using the combination of millimeter-wave active radar homing, semi-active laser guidance, infrared homing, GPS-coupled inertial navigation, and data connection technologies. According to the Air Force, the bomb's connectivity allows it to be diverted to a different target mid-flight after launch. Before we conclude, be sure to subscribe for more contents like this. A U.S. Marine Corps USMC F-35B Lightning II Joint Strike Fighter aircraft conducted the first drop test of the Stormbreaker smart weapon late last year. Raytheon Missiles and Defense and the U.S. Navy conducted the drop test. An F-35B pilot utilized the network-enabled weapon as a guided munition during the test. During the test, the networking capabilities of the Stormbreaker system as well as the communication link between the weapon and a secondary aircraft, the FA-18F Super Hornet, were assessed. The Super Hornet watched the flyout of the Stormbreaker smart weapon after the F-35B unleashed it via a shared network. The Super Hornet, according to Raytheon, continued to monitor the weapon until it was successfully deployed. The weapon's operational flexibility boosts the F-35's capability and capacity, and it helps restrict the time that warfighters spend in harm's way. Tell us what you think about this smart bomb in the comments section. Check out our video on U.S. lethal laser jet.